One of the things we talked about were low turnovers. Low turnovers because, number one, doesn't allow as Beverly hits that three. Grizzlies need to get clean, good looks on their possession so that they can set up their defensive transition.
Kyle Anderson responds with can you dig it? Paul George, baseline, reversing it up and in. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, subpar games last night. Valanciunas goes to the hook off glass. Beverly, baseline drive, stolen by Anderson. Grizzlies trying to come back the other way, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Nice. Finding Brooks in transition for the dunk. This is a Clipper team that leads the league in all the shooting categories. Dump down, Paul George with a layup. Percentage. Ibaka thought about it, instead puts it on the deck. Great dump down to Leonard.
It was 3 for 4 on 3.
Oh, what a great denial by Morant to climb the ladder and force the turnover. Now at the controls, to the rim, and in and one.
A smaller space to be able to get the glob over the top. Didn't allow Ibaka to push him up the lane.
Ibaka from outside, surged out in the NBA. Valanciunas went 2 for 2 from 3 last night. Morant will try for 3. Bango. Morant, Valanciunas no. And the rebound, Leonard in the crowd.
Leonard, that the Grizzlies fans did not want to see.
Melton's 3 is through.
Bolton, a great offensive play.
Which you can say that a lot about Lou Williams. Here's Clark for 3. Bango. Brandon Clark lays Lou Williams against Tyus Jones. 4 seconds. Lou Williams drives, ball fake. He got all the way to the rim. And Taylor's up
for Desmond Bane with Paul George. Not because of skill as Paul George is able to get to the front of the rim.
83.7 to be precise. Number 1 in the NBA. Paul George, a baseline gun that goes.
Their stars are engaged tonight, partner. They aren't allowing the Grizzlies to feel comfortable as Melton knocks down his second 3 of the game. But the Grizzlies are going to have to buckle down a little bit on this defensive side. They started the game today in terms of in attack mode. They were getting whatever they wanted. Now starting to settle just a little.
Bane off glass.
Penetration or in mid-post post-ups.
Ibaka drives and scores. Jackson for the Clippers. Valanciunas, great hands. Off the feet.
Down a couple of 3s.
Grizzlies have already lost more games to injury this year than they did all last year. Oh, great backdoor cut by Bane, and what a find by Grayson. Clippers have their starting 5 on the floor. They've led by as many as 8.
Throws away uncharacteristic. That's Kyle's 3rd turnover here in this first half.
Paul George finds an open Beverly. 7. Paul George out, Lou Williams is in. Leonard for 3, and down the well it goes. Beverly drives. Lou Williams got by Morant, great pass. Ibaka up and in. And Paul George covered up by Allen. Beverly a corner 3, puts it in. Pat Beverly.
Well, you never want to put yourself in too much of a hole against a high-octane offensive team.
Morant. Morant drives, beautiful dish. Valanciunas met by Ibaka and picked up by Batum. First block for Ibaka tonight. For years, an elite level shot blocker. Kyle Anderson with a backhanded layup going rock hammer and start chipping away. Morant, full head of steam, bank, no. Valanciunas follows and powers it in. Spins into trouble. George has it back. Dylan Brooks. Beverly rolls and finishes. Patrick Beverly now. George hooks it out to Batum. An open 3, puts it in. Nick
insisting on them at least take a look at it.
Yeah, I think the crew's going to go back, look at the video, and regret that they didn't take a look at it. Dylan Brooks.
And that gets looked at.
Leonard rises and hits. Kawhi Leonard.
Whoa.
That's too tall even for Ibaka. Kyle, Dylan, underlaid. Kyle, yes, and a foul. Clippers a perfect 9 for 9 from the stripe. Leonard, dribble penetration, sets up Batum for the corner 3. Good again for Valanciunas. And then this is thrown away. Morant. It was deflected. Morant will take it and lay it in.
And that was just fancy.
Brandon Clark into the game. Dylan Brooks guarding Leonard, who sweeps a hook up and in.
I was about to say, which
that,
one of them?
That could be a lot of people. Here's Kawhi Leonard for three, puts it in. Mark.
Well, this is right now the Grizzlies going to have to find offensive energy, but defensive energy.
Brooks has come up big. They are coming together at the right time. The only team they lost to, this Clipper bunch. Batum off balance, and Batum. Kabengele into the game. Sets up Reggie Jackson for a corner three to beat the shot first at Staples Center as part of that monster 7-game road trip. Man, whoever the guard was, that was in
plays